A pretty interesting story on this Monday. Cards Against Humanity has taken aim at President Trump by purchasing a plot of vacant land on the U.S. Mexico border, making it a little more difficult for the president to build his border wall. This is part of the company's holiday promotion, Cards Against Humanity Saves America, in which customers can contribute $15 toward the wall blocking project in return for surprise gift packages. Now this plot of land is privately owned. The government may be forced to use what's called eminent domain to reclaim the land in order to move forward with building that wall. So joining us this morning to talk about the legality of this whole thing is attorney Chris Gooch from Fenimore Craig. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Scott.
Real estate is your expertise. So what does this all mean? The government can take back this land for money.
Ultimately, they can. I mean, that's how the government acquires land for the freeways and things like that.
Right.
And this will be a public purpose. But they'll have to prove it's a public purpose. That's the first step of the eminent domain process. And I think what Cards Against Humanity is hoping is that they can show that there isn't a public purpose, or there's some sort of competing purpose, like a First Amendment right in the land. And they're going to try and use that to slow the process down.
Do you think in the end they're going to end up making any money when the government buys this back, or when the money gets involved?
I don't know that they'll make any money, but they probably won't lose any money because they'll put the money out to buy the land. And when the government gets it, they'll look at what the fair market value is. They'll probably get it back. So it's for them a great marketing ploy that basically is going to be a wash. And we're talking about it today.
Exactly. So therefore, their name's getting out there. I was reading that sometimes eminent domain can get held up in courts a little bit, or it can be sticky for courts. How is that?
There's actually a two-step process usually. So the first process in an eminent domain action is the possession process. So the government has to come in and show that they have a public need and need to possess. Usually that part can go fairly quickly. The larger disruptive part is usually over valuation and whether either side is going to say what the value is. And that's when they'll bring in experts, appraisers, and there will be a little bit of a battle over how much the value of the property is worth. Because under the Fifth Amendment, they have to provide just compensation. And so what that just compensation is really where the battle becomes in those eminent domain cases.
And then I was also reading that these private landowners can fight back with inverse condemnation. Is that
an inverse condemnation situation is typically one where it is the public owner, the owner fighting back against the government. So this isn't going to be an inverse condemnation case with this particular situation, but it will be part of something that the government has to do all the way across the border. They're going to have to go plot by plot in order to get that land for the wall.
Yeah, that's a lot of land, so that could be lengthy in itself. I wonder if they ever even thought about something like this popping up.
It's going to be something that's going to take them a long time, and I'm sure they didn't think about it.
Yeah, Chris, thank you so much.
Thank you, Scott.
I appreciate you coming in to talk about it. We'll see what happens.